At first, it looked like nothing unusual. A walk, a drive, a live stream, a final video recorded without anyone knowing it would be the last. But these ordinary moments became recordings no one was ever supposed to see.
You have a family at home? Yep. How many kids? Pretty old? Yeah.
Hi.
And somehow, what you're seeing right now is not even the most haunting part of this video. Because the final case is the one that makes this entire list so hard to forget.
Jesus Christ, bro.
You can't tell me. She's bent in half.
But before we get to that, let's start with the first final moment. On February 13th, 2017, 14-year-old Libby German and 13-year-old Abby Williams were walking along the Monon Highbridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana. It was supposed to be a normal day off from school. The girls had been dropped off near the trail, spent time around the old railroad bridge, and Libby even posted a photo of Abby walking across it. To anyone seeing that image at the time, it looked like nothing more than two best friends enjoying an afternoon outside. But at some point on the trail, Libby noticed a man behind them. For years, the public only knew him as Bridge Guy, because the few seconds released by police showed a man walking toward the girls on the bridge. Along with that short video, investigators also released a chilling piece of audio in which a man could be heard saying, "Guys, down the hill." But Libby had recorded more than the public originally saw. As the man got closer, she began filming on her phone. The video is only 43 seconds long. But what makes it so unsettling is that it captures the moment the girls seem to realize something is wrong before anyone else in the world knows they are in danger. At first, the video does not look dramatic. Abby can be seen moving near the trail while Libby holds the phone in a way that does not make it obvious she is recording. But as the seconds pass, the fear becomes easier to hear.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
The girls whisper to each other, trying to figure out where to go and whether the man is still behind them. Abby appears to move past Libby, but there is no clear path where they are standing. Libby's breathing grows heavier, and the camera keeps recording as the man gets closer. That is when the voice is heard. "Guys, down the hill."
Hi.
Those few words became one of the most important pieces of evidence in the entire case. Police later said the girls were ordered away from the bridge at gunpoint, and the next day, their bodies were found near Deer Creek. For more than 5 years, the case remained unsolved. The image of the man on the bridge and the sound of his voice became the center of one of the most followed investigations in the country, with thousands of tips coming in and still no arrest. Then, in 2022, Richard Allen, a local Delphi man who had previously told authorities he was on the trail that day, was arrested. At trial, prosecutors argued that Allen was the man seen and heard in Libby's video. They also pointed to an unspent bullet found near the girls, which investigators said had been cycled through Allen's gun, along with statements he allegedly made while in custody. In November 2024, Allen was convicted of killing Abby and Libby. The following month, he was sentenced to 130 years in prison. But even after the conviction, the most haunting part of the case remains the video Libby recorded herself. Because this was not footage captured by police, or by a security camera, or by someone watching from a distance. It was recorded by a 14-year-old girl in the final moments of her life, after she sensed that the man behind them was not just another person on the trail. And in doing so, Libby German left behind the evidence that would one day help identify the man who followed her and Abby down that hill. Now this next final moment was not recorded on a phone. It was captured inside a police department during what should have been a routine arrest.
What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not. What?
You have a family at home? Yep. How many kids?
Got an officer down. He shot in our briefing room. We don't know where the suspect went.
On October 9th, 2017, 19-year-old Texas Tech University student Hollis Daniels III was pulled over in Lubbock, Texas, after being accused of stealing a friend's handgun. At that point, the situation was already serious. Officers were dealing with a student who had allegedly taken a gun, and during the stop, they asked him directly if he had any weapons in the vehicle.
You don't have a gun inside the vehicle. You have a gun on your person?
No, I pat him down. Yeah, I pat him
Do you
down.
care if we search your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
You don't want us to search your vehicle?
Yeah, but not because I don't have a gun. I just don't have consent to that. It's not necessary.
No, it is necessary because right now you're involved in an investigation. That's why I'm asking if you have a gun in your car.
No.
I cannot search your vehicle for a gun.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then hang on to him. I'm gonna go there and see what's going on that side, and I'll be back over here. So, might as well just put him in the back of the vehicle.
Right.
Daniels denied having a gun. The officers patted him down, but they did not search the car. Later, Lubbock's police chief said there had not been enough probable cause to legally search the vehicle, even though Daniels would later tell the jury that the stolen gun was inside the car the entire time.
Damn, he said I tried to kill him? Or he said that I said that?
Yeah, that's what he told the other officer. You can carry on with your night, man. Be home safe, buddy.
Daniels was allowed to leave. But the next night, campus police were called to his dorm after reports that a gun had been fired inside the room. Around the same time, Daniels' mother had also contacted the university, saying her son had expressed suicidal thoughts. When officers arrived, Daniels was not there. But inside his room, they found a bullet hole, pills, and drug paraphernalia.
Probably is some drugs and paraphernalia in there, but we can't tell from plain view, so we'll just go ahead and seize all that. And I don't know what those pills are, but there's another in there. And East, when I was looking inside this box, it looks like there's a little bag with some marijuana maybe.
Then Daniels came back. He walked in while officers were still searching the room, and when they asked who he was, he gave them a fake name. But the officers already knew who they were dealing with.
Hang on, what's your name, bud?
Come here, buddy. What's up? What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not. What? No, what's going on?
We've already talked to your other 3 roommates. We know what they look like.
Yeah.
That was a good try, though. Hey, stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
Daniels was taken into custody and searched before being placed in the back of a patrol vehicle. The officer found pills in his pocket, but somehow the .45 caliber handgun was missed. And that missed weapon became the detail that changed everything.
Spread your feet out a little for me. What's all in this pocket?
Money?
Money? Yeah, I can take it out?
Yeah.
Is it okay to just empty out all your pockets while we're doing this?
Do you have...
Don't move your hands.
Do you have... Is that necessary?
I'm asking you a question.
No, I don't consent to that.
During the short ride to the Texas Tech Police Department, body cam footage captured a sound inside the patrol car, like something had dropped onto the floor. Officer Floyd East Jr. noticed it and asked Daniels what the noise was, but Daniels claimed it was only his handcuffs.
I'll be transferring 1-1 mail. What was that big thump? Oh, my handcuff.
When they arrived at the station, East did not find anything left behind in the vehicle. Then came another decision that would later become impossible to ignore. Daniels' handcuffs were removed.
Cooperate with me. We'll go ahead and pull these cuffs off a little bit, okay?
Inside the briefing room, Officer East was left alone with him while completing paperwork. Daniels was sitting nearby, no longer handcuffed, and the gun was hidden near his ankle. Then Daniels started asking East a series of questions that only became really chilling after what happened next. And as East answered, Daniels reached down toward the weapon.
You have a family at home? Yep. How many kids? Pretty old? Yeah.
Seconds later, Daniels pulled the gun and shot Officer East before fleeing the police department. For the campus, everything changed instantly. Texas Tech was placed on lockdown as officers searched for an armed suspect who had just killed a campus police officer inside the department itself.
658, the PD is not secure. Got an officer down, he's shot in our briefing room. We don't know where the suspect went. He's about a 19-year-old white male, skinny.
What's he wearing?
Blue jeans, believe a light-colored t-shirt. He had mud on his jeans from the knees down.
Blue jeans and a white t-shirt?
Yeah, and he's got facial hair.
Can you relay the information one more time?
Yeah.
To our sergeant so we can get all the perimeter units clear on what we're looking for.
What's his last name?
Daniels. Daniels' last name, first name Hollis.
After a long search, Daniels was found near the Lubbock Municipal Coliseum and taken into custody. Officers later recovered a loaded .45 caliber pistol and Officer East's missing body camera nearby. When Daniels spoke to police afterward, he said he felt terrible. But even then, his words did not sound like someone fully facing what he had done.
This may be a little more extreme. I think that they're probably going to kick me out of Texas Tech High School. And I think that they're... Huh?
And when investigators asked why he shot Officer East, the answer was almost impossible to process.
They busted me for and marijuana, and they took me back to the station, and I just, in my head, I thought, you know, I can't have this third strike against me. This is gonna be it, you know what I mean? Not thinking logically, and so I did something very illogical, and regret it deeply, and I don't know ever how I'll ever make up for it. Okay? Does that kind of cover what you're asking?
Years later, Daniels was sentenced to life in prison without parole. During sentencing, his defense argued that he had struggled with untreated depression and drug abuse, and that he was under the influence of Xanax and marijuana at the time. But none of that changed the outcome for Officer East's family. What makes this case so difficult is how many times the danger almost revealed itself before the final moment. The first traffic stop, the gunshot in the dorm, the fake name, the missed weapon, the sound in the patrol car, the decision to remove the handcuffs. Each one became part of a chain that led to a quiet briefing room where an officer doing paperwork answered questions about his children, not knowing they were the last questions he would ever be asked. And that takes us to the next case, one that does not begin with an arrest, a weapon, or a police search. It began with a teenager looking for someone to film with. This was 18-year-old Mark Williams, the creator behind the YouTube channel Displace. On his channel, Mark filmed urban exploration and parkour videos around Uckfield in East Sussex. He climbed rooftops, explored abandoned buildings, ran from security, and hoped that one day his videos could grow into something bigger.
Okay, I'm not stepping on that. No way! Oh, this is cool.
In the beginning, Mark often filmed with his younger brother. But as time went on, he started making more videos alone. And in one live stream, he admitted he wanted someone else to explore with.
My brother, who was part of the channel, Ben, he's not now. I don't think he's coming back at all. He ditched me, leaving me by myself, and I've got a problem of talking to myself as well.
That was when Lewis Ashdown entered his life. Lewis had watched Mark's videos and reached out as a fan, saying he wanted to join him. They lived near each other. Both liked parkour and urban exploring, and before long, Lewis became a regular part of the Displace channel.
Police are on the way already now.
Yeah, they'll catch me then, won't they?
32 Grenville Street.
To Mark, it probably felt like he had finally found the person he had been looking for. Someone who understood the videos, wanted to be part of them, and was willing to go into risky places with him.
Guys, I'm back here with Lewis, and we're going to do the water treatment facility in Uckfield on the industrial estate.
But behind that friendship, something much darker was forming. By 2021, Mark was uncertain about the future of the channel. He was 18, under pressure to grow up, and not uploading as often. Lewis encouraged him to start exploring again, pushing him to film another video with him.
I am not sure where my channel is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these videos. I don't know if I'm going to be doing different videos, or whether I'm going to stop completely. At this point in time, I don't know. I've been trained to get my SIA license over the past couple of weeks, and I can't really risk that. Ultimately, I wish I could have made my life out of this channel. It was a childhood dream, but it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. I know, I do want to stay, you know, I love doing this shit, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to grow the fuck up, because, you know, I can keep doing this. I mean, Ali Law still does it, he's in his 20s, he's doing good for himself, you know, good for him, but I'm hardly an athlete. I'm hardly a pro at this kind of thing.
A few days later, the two explored the Buxted Hotel together, and Mark uploaded the video to his channel.
Hi guys, I am with Lewis. Just having a little drink before we go and hit Buxted Park Hotel. Yeah, we want this to be a mad video. We're going to do a couple more bangers. Can't tell you what they are in case anyone's watching that shouldn't be watching.
Who's watching?
Well, no, I mean watching the videos, because I thought, yeah, I know that the police do watch my channel sometimes. I can't really say where we're going, because then it would just fuck the video up when we go to do it. Yeah, so we'll smash this one, and well, after we smash these,
it would be their final upload together. Less than 2 months later, Mark and Lewis met up again in Woodland near Fairwarp. Mark thought he was spending the evening with a friend, drinking and talking about future videos. But according to court reports, Lewis had taken advantage of that trust. That night, Mark called his aunt and told her he was heading home. She could tell he had been drinking and became worried, but Lewis took the phone and promised he would get Mark back safely. Mark never came home. When both young men were reported missing, police began searching the area. At first, it was unclear what had happened, but investigators later found bloodied clothing hidden at Lewis's home. The blood belonged to Mark. Lewis was eventually found at a friend's address in Eastbourne, and that friend told police Lewis had admitted to killing Mark in the woods. Mark's body was later discovered in Woodland near Fairwarp. He had been murdered in a sustained knife attack. Lewis Ashdown pleaded guilty to murder and possession of an offensive weapon. In October 2021, he was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 27 years. What makes the case so hard to process is how much of it was built on trust. Mark did not meet a stranger that night. He met someone he thought was a friend, someone he had filmed with, planned videos with, and allowed into the small world he was trying to build online.
First video back, whenever I'm ready for it. Okay, I'll message you straight after I'm finished streaming then, and we can work something out. It's Buxted Park Hotel. Yeah.
After the murder, viewers went back through their final videos together, and moments that once seemed ordinary started to feel deeply uncomfortable.
Fuck the police!
In one video, Mark can be seen drinking before an exploration, something that seemed out of character for him. Lewis also appeared unusually tense and worried about police, even though he had seemed fearless in earlier videos. Knowing what happened later, those moments feel different.
Yeah, if you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep your mate with you, make sure he's someone you can trust, you know, and be careful is all I can say. We were just about to get to the place we're going, and shoes and shit in there.
I wonder if there's a dead body nearby.
Mark's channel is still there, but it no longer feels like just a collection of parkour and exploration videos. It feels like a record of a young creator who wanted someone to film with, trusted the wrong person, and never got the chance to make another upload. But not every final recording is connected to violence. Sometimes it is the pursuit of the perfect shot that turns deadly.
I don't care how much time I have. I can die today. Death is coming. It's only fearful if it comes and you're not ready yet.
This was 37-year-old Greg Plitt, a fitness star, model, trainer, television personality, motivational speaker, former Army Ranger, and one of the most recognizable faces in the fitness world. For years, Greg had built his image around discipline, strength, and pushing beyond limits. He appeared on fitness magazine covers, starred on the reality series Workout, trained clients, built a massive following, and became known for the kind of intensity that made people believe he could do almost anything. But on January 17, 2015, that same fearless image led him onto train tracks in Burbank, California. Greg was filming a promotional video for an energy drink with a small crew near the Metrolink tracks. According to officials, they did not have permission to film there, and the location was not controlled, blocked off, or protected the way a real production around active rail lines would need to be. At some point during the shoot, Greg began running along the tracks as a southbound train approached behind him. Witnesses said he appeared to be trying to outrun it, while investigators later suggested he may have believed the train was coming on a different track. Either way, the danger was real. The engineers saw him on the tracks, sounded the horn, and began braking, but a train cannot stop like a car. Even when the brakes are applied, it keeps moving forward with enormous force, and by the time Greg realized how close it was, there was almost no time left to escape. He tried to get clear, but he could not move fast enough. Greg Plitt was struck by the train and killed at the age of 37. Police later ruled out suicide, and the incident was treated as a tragic accident. Video from the train reportedly showed him running between the rails as the locomotive closed in, while the crew members who were with him denied that he had been intentionally trying to beat the train for the shot. But whatever the plan had been, the result was the same. A man who built his entire career around control, strength, and pushing the human body to its limit was killed in a moment where none of that mattered anymore. And that is what makes this case so difficult to watch. Everything about the shoot seemed built around creating the perfect image. The athlete, the tracks, the speed, the danger, the idea of being unstoppable. But real trains do not care about timing, confidence, or how strong someone looks on camera. In the end, the pursuit of one dramatic shot cost Greg Plitt everything. But while Greg's final moments came from a risk he chose to take, the next two victims were simply doing their job.
He's got a rifle. He's got a rifle. Shots fired! Shots fired! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down!
On April 8, 2023, two Wisconsin officers stopped a vehicle near the village of Cameron. Chetek police officer Emily Breidenbach had seen 50-year-old Glenn Douglas Perry behind the wheel. She knew there was a warrant out for his arrest after he failed to appear in court over unpaid child support. And she also knew officers had recently been warned that Perry's mental health was declining and that he was likely armed. Because of that warning, she did not approach alone. She requested backup, and Cameron police officer Hunter Scheel arrived to help with the stop. For a moment, it looked like Perry was going to comply. He pulled over on Highway SS after Breidenbach activated her emergency lights, but as the officers approached, the stop turned into an ambush. Perry opened the driver's side door holding an AR-15 rifle and immediately began firing.
He's got a rifle. He's got a rifle. Shots fired! Shots fired! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down!
Breidenbach had only seconds to react. She was able to radio that he had a gun and fired back, but Perry's first rounds were devastating. Scheel took cover near his patrol vehicle and returned fire with his handgun. Outgunned and under attack, he radioed for help as the gunfire continued.
Okay, we're approaching. Yeah, we see it. All right, it's on his left. All right, I got lethal. Yep, I got lethal. Cover me, I got cover.
The entire shooting unfolded in less than a minute. By the time other officers arrived, Breidenbach and Scheel were both down. Perry had also been shot in the leg, and the wound was serious enough that he could no longer continue firing.
I believe the subject is down. There's 3 subjects down.
Jess. Is he down?
331, I'm at 8-0.
He's down?
I got lethal. You got that? Yep. Roll him. We got 2 officers down. We got 195. The hand's also shot. You guys do it. Hold on. Clear. Stand clear. I got it. No. Back's clear. Front's clear. Front's clear. Got another rifle up front.
Both officers were pronounced dead at the scene, and Perry was taken to the hospital, where he later died from his injury. Investigators later said Perry had acted alone and that the shooting was premeditated. They also found that he had the AR-15 and a 9mm handgun with him at the time of the attack. What makes this case so haunting is that the officers knew the stop was dangerous before it even began. This was not a random traffic stop where the threat appeared out of nowhere. Breidenbach had been warned that Perry may be armed. She requested backup. She approached carefully, but even that was not enough. Within 45 seconds, a warrant stop that started because of unpaid child support became the final call for 2 officers who had no chance to slow the situation down once Perry opened the door with a rifle in his hands. And from a stop that turned violent in seconds, we moved to a welfare check where the danger was quiet, hidden, and already inside the house. This was 68-year-old Monique Gilbertson, a Las Vegas woman whose disappearance began with something that seemed small at first. She had stopped calling the management office at her mobile home community. Monique was known to contact the office often, sometimes several times a day. But around October 22nd, 2024, the calls suddenly stopped. By November 6th, an employee was concerned enough to request a welfare check.
I have a request for a wellness check on a resident. We've knocked on her door. Her dogs are going insane, which they wouldn't do if she was...
When's the last time you heard or seen her?
So the last time she called the office was on the 22nd of October. When I called, the first time it went to voicemail. I called again. Someone answered, didn't say anything. I kept saying hello, hello, and then they hung up. She called you guys about 2 weeks ago. She had a roommate issue, and she called because in her roommate's stuff, she had found a gun.
When officers arrived at Monique's home, they got no response. They tried to unlock the door, but as soon as they managed to open it, Daniel Rausch, also known as Jaslyn, appeared inside.
God damn. Jesus.
I'm so sorry. I was like, I just got a shower.
Yeah,
yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, we've been knocking.
Well, I rent this place.
What's your name?
My name's Jaslyn.
Where's Monique at?
Monique is I'm house sitting right now. She left town for a while.
Where is she? No, she didn't. Where is she?
No, she really did. I swear.
Okay, where is she?
I mean,
her car's here.
I know her car's here. She has me house sitting. I have I got my rent receipts.
You're not supposed to be here. Come outside.
Huh?
Come outside. She doesn't have anyone here.
No,
okay,
I have rent receipts right here. Actually,
hey, come outside.
Well, I'm not coming outside right now. I have.
Rausch had been staying in the home after meeting Monique at a Home Depot earlier that year. She had offered Rausch a place to stay in exchange for help around the house, but the arrangement had quickly fallen apart after arguments over cleanliness, missing belongings, and Monique's attempts to make Rausch leave. Now, with police at the door, Rausch tried to explain why Monique was not there.
What number did she call you on yesterday?
I would have to look through my phone. If you, I mean, I can go get it real quick if you want me to.
No, it's fine. You can step out.
Okay, well, let me go, like, let my wife know what's going on. You know what I mean? And then just give me a minute, but I still don't see what the problem is. But yeah, just give me a minute, okay?
Yeah, the problem is that you're super suspicious being here. And we have no idea where Monique is. That's the problem. Okay, listen. All they know is Monique is always here, always in contact with the front office. Contacts them like 3 times a day, they said. They haven't heard from her since the 22nd. Her car's sitting out front. It's got some like a dude's hat and some rope in it. And she never leaves without her dogs, according to the front office.
No, she's like let me. I'm house sitting and everything for her right now. You know what I mean? I've known her for a few months, but I've known her for longer than that. But I've been staying here for a few months. You know what I mean? So, and then like she told me like she wanted me to house the shit to take care of an emergency. You know what I mean? I can't control that. I don't know the whole everything. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what I was told.
Okay, so if that's the case, then why won't you let us in to make sure she's not here?
I mean, you can come. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I mean, like, I don't want you guys trying to do anything to me.
No, I want to go inside so I can confirm Monique's whereabouts.
Okay, I mean, like, but like, can I just tell my wife that you guys are gonna come in and that's it? Like, so I can.
You can call her out with you. Both of you need to step outside.
For several minutes, Roush talked nervously with officers, insisting Monique was gone and trying to convince them there was no reason to search the home. But the officers were there for a welfare check, and nothing about the situation felt normal. Eventually, police got Roush and another person out of the house.
Okay, good. Come on, partner.
Hello.
Come on, partner. Go over there. So it opens up here to the right, clear this right hallway. Ew. This place is just gross, dude. Yeah, I'm concerned for where
Are you able to or hold on this one?
where is it?
This like big ass pile is because you can't see fucking back there. Looks like they fucking try to cover some shit up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Control John 6. We're still clearing the inside. There's a ton of trash in here.
Inside, the home was cluttered and dirty. As officers moved through the rooms, they noticed a freezer that had been covered with clothing. It was locked.
What is this?
The freezer?
Yep.
Where's it locked at? It's right here. I think.
Yeah, it's got a key on it. Is it a Allen key?
It's like an Allen key.
Dude?
If there's a body in here, dude.
I swear to God.
Roush said he could not open it, so the police called a locksmith. By that point, the welfare check had turned into something far more serious. Monique had not been heard from in weeks. Roush was inside her home. And now there was a locked freezer hidden under clothing. When the freezer was finally opened, the search for Monique came to a horrifying end.
Oh. You got a whiff. There's something in there.
Keep it down because he's right around something.
There's a person in here. Go get him in handcuffs. Jesus Christ, bro. You can't tell me. He's f***ing bent in half.
Her body was inside. Rausch was arrested, and prosecutors later alleged that Monique had been force-fed a massive amount of fentanyl before her body was placed in the freezer. Reports said investigators found fentanyl and lidocaine powder near the freezer, and prosecutors claimed Monique had around 200 times a fatal dose of fentanyl in her system. Rausch has pleaded not guilty to the charges. What makes this case so unsettling is how calm the beginning of the body cam feels. Officers arrive for a missing woman. Someone opens the door. There is nervous talking, excuses, and a house that slowly begins to feel wrong. Then they find the freezer. And in that moment, a routine welfare check becomes the discovery of what had been hidden inside Monique Gilbertson's own home. But while Monique's story was uncovered after the fact, this final recording was left behind by someone who had spent years filming the exact danger that would eventually take his life.
I've got some interesting stories from this place. My friend hit his head and his memory disappeared for about 10 minutes. Hey, here comes the train. Oh, I don't think he's gonna stop. I'm effed. Nope.
This was James William Stobe, better known online as Stobe the Hobo, one of the most famous train-hopping YouTubers on the internet. Before his death, Stobe had built a small but deeply loyal audience by filming a side of America most people never see. His videos followed him across rail yards, bridges, freight lines, empty landscapes, and hidden corners of the country, turning illegal train hopping into something that looked strangely lonely, dangerous, and almost cinematic. To his viewers, he was not just another person chasing views. He had a distinct style, a dry sense of humor, and a way of making life on the rails feel like an adventure happening outside the normal world. But the world he filmed was never safe. Stobe's videos were built around trespassing on active rail lines, climbing onto trains, moving through yards, and navigating places where one mistake could leave no second chance. There were no permits, no safety crews, and no controlled conditions. Every journey depended on timing, luck, and his ability to stay aware of trains that could appear with little warning. By 2017, his channel had grown to more than 11,000 subscribers, and among rail fans and train-hopping communities, he had become something close to a cult figure. Then, in November of that year, he uploaded what many viewers now believe was his final video. Only days later, near active rail lines in the Baltimore area, the same world he had spent years filming turned deadly. The exact details of what happened have never been perfectly clear. Some accounts say he was on or near a railroad bridge when an Amtrak train approached, and that his backpack may have been caught. Others describe him falling or being struck while filming near the tracks. But every version ends the same way. Stobe was killed by a train. For his followers, the news spread slowly at first, through rail fan circles, memorial pages, and online communities that had watched his journeys for years. It was hard for many people to process, because his entire channel had been built around surviving places most people would never dare to stand. After his death, his audience grew even larger. People who had never heard of him before started watching his videos, not just as travel content, but as a record of a life that always seemed to be moving toward danger.
If he does stop, I am gonna make it. Please stop. Stop, you asshole. Jesus. I gotta be really careful.
James Stobe left behind grieving parents, siblings, and a community of viewers who had followed him across the country through a camera lens. And that is what makes his final story so haunting. For years, Stobe filmed trains as symbols of freedom, movement, and escape. But the same rails that gave his videos their strange beauty were never romantic in real life. They were unforgiving, mechanical, and deadly when something went wrong. In the end, Stobe the hobo was killed by the world he had spent years chasing. That's all for today, folks. If you'd like to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.